Got that potent, stinking, smoking, drinking Hennessy. It got me thinking, bitch, shut up, you hear me speaking. Couple shots and now we tweaking. Get you right before the weekend, bitch, don't keep the people geeking. Different topics, yeah, we got the info, knowledge, we gon' drop it. Factuals, pop a bottle open, have a glass or two. Factuals, speaking my mind, that's what the cat could do. Factuals, yeah, the conversation can get sexual. We kick the facts to you, that's what them niggas scared to do. We ain't come in the front, you can tell by the chat. This for the white and the black, we off the yakety yak. Pouring shots in my cup, we gon' throw a few back. We ain't come here to stunt, we came for yakety yak, bitch. This that yakety yak shit, yeah. This that yakety yak shit. Bitch on, he got that yakety yak shit, yeah. We came to yakety yak, bitch.
I said you good.
Are we good? Oh. In that case, can't edit those shits. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. Getting right. Bringing y'all that infotainment with the truth. Hashtag Factuals. We live. Got my co-host. Oh, that's even host Vision, the man and the meaning. Yo, got my co-host B De Niro.
And it starts, people. What up, y'all? B De Niro in the building. You know what I'm saying? Represent. I want to send a happy birthday shout out to my daughter Talia. You know what I mean? Daddy loves you. Happy birthday, baby.
Happy B-Day.
You know what I'm saying? Passing it on to my man Dominus Dez.
What's cracking, my dude?
You know
What's
what I'm
cracking,
saying?
y'all?
And of course, Mr. Marcy Housen, who walked out the room. But he's also in the building one time.
Marcy in the building. We got a newcomer tonight. We gotta let Marcy introduce himself.
Clinton Hills was goody. Brooklyn all day long.
Just cutting that man off, man. Just cutting that man off.
I am never cutting him off. What you want us to call you on the show?
Man,
Tell me what you
it's
go
O,
by.
bro.
It's O?
That's all it is. O.
Said, oh.
It's O.
You want to bring yourself in, Moss?
Yo, I'm here. Let's get this shit started. We started on time, so I like that.
Hey, that is a factual right there.
Nope.
So we got the mean show lined up for y'all tonight. But first, let's get into the guest of honor. You got that Zabottle. All right. Got that Hardy legend. You know what I mean? Ain't talking about the Hardy Boys neither. Look at that bottle. That's exquisite. All right. While we get into that,
Damn.
let's get in. Let's gotta give a shout out to Twin Star Entertainment. Let's also give a shout out to. I still got some in my cup. Give a shout out to Mr. Anytime Anywhere. Holla at Mr. Anytime Anywhere for your health and wellness. Holla at him for your if you need your websites done as well. You know. Also shout out to Aka. I seen them showing some love.
Yo, man. No, hold on, man.
No.
Yo, fuck Aka, man. Yo, Aka, boy.
Who the hell
You know what? Aka is the champagne sorrel, right? So, boom. So, I'm going home for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? I'm going to come see y'all. Yo, I'm going to see y'all Aka niggas be. Word up, man.
He said,
word up, son.
He said, had that sponsorship
I got to
ready.
take a special trip to go holler at these niggas.
Had that sponsorship ready.
Shit fucking crazy, boy. You know what I mean? I got to go to 2 fucking bodegas to get this shit, bro. What the fuck is going on, son? You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to One Life Alicia. Yo, my nigga De Niro ain't been that hype in a minute on the show.
Son, man. Nah, let them niggas to death, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Support Aka, you know what I mean? Shit is quite nice, you know what I'm saying? But niggas been fronting for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So, I said my piece on that, though. You know what I mean?
We still waiting. Now, we still waiting.
They owe us something?
Huh?
They owe us something?
Merchandise. We've been advertising all first season, man. But that's family.
I see what you owe.
But also shout out to One Life Alicia. Holla at OneLifeAlicia.com. Talking about your soulmates apparel.
Website coming soon. Derek Nobel Photography. Holla at me. Yo, let's get through this shit.
Let's get it popping.
All right. So, I guess we kick it off with this. Election just passed like a week or so ago. You know what I'm saying? So the topic is it more dangerous to vote blindly or not vote at all?
I'm going to swing this to my man Dominus first.
more dangerous to not vote at all?
Because
I was like,
and that's it.
Yo, that's it.
Real fact.
he said,
When you don't vote, you're not exercising your right. You're not changing anything. You're not influencing anything. Even if you're voting blindly, you're at least exercising your voice. You get to see that. You can change your voice later.
I don't necessarily agree with that though, kid. Because you could vote blind. Motherfuckers could go vote blindly, just willy nilly, picking whatever the fuck, and it.
I'll be real
What is that
honest with you.
impacting?
I'll be real honest
Seriously.
with you. How many people you think read they pre-ballot before they go vote?
I can't speak for
No,
everybody.
I can tell you they do. The only problem is they don't know who the person is because they don't know their background.
But you know the crazy part about you saying that? Most people have everything at their fingertips. Now, whether or not you can make an informed decision while you're in that line, researching these individuals, that's a different story.
but
You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
kind of hard to get versed in that little 2-minute window while you're sitting in that booth.
and
that's at a good polling place.
a lot of times,
Yeah.
though, like even when you research the person, like everything you pull up about that person ain't gonna be like the factuals about that person. You may have something that's like accurate about that person, but kind of like swayed.
Bro, in that sense, we're all voting blindly because you don't know what that person.
And that-
they
and
can
that was the
run
point I was
on,
getting.
on one thing and get in office and do something completely different.
And that's what I think.
all the
That's
time.
what I think.
So,
I think that.
at
I
the
think
end of
regardless,
the
we
day,
all
so,
voting
but if
blind.
you're not voting,
But
then you're not-
but do you really? Can you really say that's voting blindly though? Like, because politicians pull politics
Right.
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
like that.
you know what's another thing about voting blindly is I've done this, and my director, he's a politician, so you can know the person's name, and they can give you all this stuff that you're not going to understand. So when you go vote and they tell you everything about the person, but they give it to you in lawyers' terms, you be like, "Yo, what is this?"
Mhm.
And it sound good, but that's not what they're really about. They just giving you something that's just there.
You should try.
And you
reading
like,
all the
oh, it's-
questions.
Yeah, you'll vote for them, and you be like, I'm gonna vote for because it sound good, but they could be the devil on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The question is, y'all, is it more dangerous to
To not vote at all or to vote blindly.
not vote at all or to vote blindly?
I say to vote blindly.
I mean, to me, it's kind
I'm
of.
saying vote
not-
blindly too.
I
'cause
say vote blindly. I mean, it's kind of hand in hand with me. So it's
Yeah.
like, because voting blindly, like you just going and just picking somebody. Like, I mean, you pick that wrong person. I mean, to me, both are like all candidates are wrong
If
people.
you're not voting,
you
you're
know?
not counted. And that's what I'm saying. It's like,
But look at an instance like the presidential election where motherfuckers vote and a popular vote gets overturned by electoral college, which
Yeah.
means you went out and voted, but that mean a motherfucking thing because at the end of the day, this is what takes precedence
see, but
over
that's
your
an
vote.
example of, you went out and vote, but not everybody went out and voted.
Yeah, but it still
Yeah.
didn't matter though.
It did.
No,
It
it I
did.
agree with him. I agree with him.
It did
Want to
matter.
know why? Because when you vote, it's a popularity vote, but the Congress actually puts them in office.
Do you know how they get put? How that popularity is gauged?
It's just-
it's based off of each state's population.
But it's a popularity vote.
Right.
So like if everybody, say for instance, everybody liked Hillary, but Congress is the ones who make the decision though. They can because I honestly think they rigged the whole thing hands down. But
Hashtag
Yo,
factual.
Don't say that in front of
Factual. No, they rigged the
Don't
whole
say-
thing. No, I'm just saying they rigged the whole thing though. But it's like if everybody voted for Hillary, but the main decision come from Congress, it's like
the electoral
You know what I'm
college is
saying?
the devil.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was set up because of. I think that was set up basically because of the population of where blacks are, and then the population of where.
But it's been in
whites are.
effect since the system's been in effect, so
Yes,
you can't
but-
say that. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way the system is set
It's just
up.
the way the
Yo,
system
I
I'm
think
is
saying?
set
they
up.
want you to go vote because they make you want to feel like you have a voice when you really
They don't.
You don't really have a voice. He's like, yo, go vote. Da da da. They don't give a fuck.
At least,
you know what I'm saying.
at
They don't
least
care.
on that, in the sense of that platform. Now, local elections is different. You know what I'm saying? On your local level versus on like the national
Which
level.
I think-
It's a fact.
I get what y'all are saying, but again, I just personally, I think, and maybe I'm biased because of what I do, but not taking the initiative to actually get your ass out there and pull the lever on something. You know what I mean? Whether you're versed in it or not, you know what I mean? Just not doing anything at all. I think is more of a detriment.
I have a question. This is on topic, but like kind of off topic. Do you really think that them convincing you to go pull a trigger and go vote, even though your vote really don't count, because it's like, who do you like better? It don't matter who you like better, because we gonna pick this anyway. Because with Congress, do you really think that's like a scam? Like, you know, they trying to convince people they have control when they really don't have control. You feel me? That's a, you know what I mean?
Because I don't see it like that.
Because
But you're looking at it from two different perspectives.
Right.
You got to think the local election is just that. The local election, people do have the choice. They do have the voice. The vote counts. When it comes down to the presidential, that's when things get a little messier. That's when you think about talking about the electoral college.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole system needs to be done away. But honestly, the whole voting system needs to be revamped because there's no reason for the usual states to still have problems. Georgia, Texas, Florida. Why is it always an issue?
Always.
Always.
Y'all see what
That's a fact.
happened in Georgia with the lady.
That's a fact.
No,
And they always want to succeed too.
Even
when they don't
beyond
get
that,
what they want.
it's the system itself. You have people who hide ballots. Why are you hiding ballots? You know what I'm saying? Rigging machines so that they don't work. How is it that across the country machines work, but it comes down to specific states where there's an issue? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like I get I'm all for. Is it more dangerous to not vote? I agree. You should do something. You know what I mean? So that's just what I meant. Because everything else, we can pick it apart, but there's so many different moving pieces to it. Besides our vote, that screw things up. Yeah, it is what it is.
You know what? The fucked up part is about that whole thing. That's why black people, not even black people, black, brown, whatever, people don't go vote because they feel like it don't count. Because it's so rigged. It's like, why am I going to go out and do this if it don't count?
But do you feel?
But look at. My bad, I'm going to cut you off, but y'all say that, and then I watch what we did when we're trying to get Obama in there.
Oh yeah,
You understand what I'm
Yo,
saying?
but the thing about that is, Obama didn't get elected because black people voted.
Obama,
You know what I'm saying?
because
Black
we
people
showed up.
We
though.
showed up, but
Yeah.
at the end of the
But
day,
everybody showed up.
that's not
They
what
was
got him
showing
elected,
up,
though.
too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what got him
So, hold
elected.
up, real quick. Still on topic, but a little off. We say that, but think about when Al Gore was running. We went to sleep.
Right.
Al Gore was the winner.
Yeah.
We woke up. Florida says,
Yeah, it's like, no.
nah.
not in my house.
Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Not in my house.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the argument. I understand the argument, but it's deeper than that.
It's crazy. It's
That's a
stupid.
fact.
It's crazy
Deep in the
deep. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
So do you?
That's when they switching ballots and votes and stuff.
I kind of forgot the question I was about to ask. That's right.
Take another sip, bro.
Maybe that'll do it. Maybe that'll do it. Hello. So, on for what you said, with people taking the stance as they feel their vote won't count or doesn't matter. Like, what would you have to say to those people? Because I know, like, the history of what we had to go through just to vote. What would you say to anybody that would come up to you and tell you, like, yo, whether one way or the other, that, oh, it don't matter if we vote because our vote don't count anyway?
It's almost like going back in time, man, when we couldn't vote.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we finally got a chance to actually vote, it's like we have to do it because now we got this right that we fought for. Now we got to vote. But the thing is, like, if we vote as, like, whatever people other than white people, I'm going to throw that out there. It's not to be, like, politically incorrect, but it's like now that we got the chance to vote, is it really going to change something? It's like they're telling you, like, go vote, go vote, go vote. But they got the power to elect anybody they want. But they telling us to do it to shut us up because they know if we react to the fact that we can't vote like you can, we gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Are they trying to hold us in this box where it's like, oh, we gonna let them vote, but they don't count because we don't want them wilding out? That's the question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So
I don't know if that makes sense, but that's.
did anybody ever really like updates on like the Constitution? Our vote still count as 3/5? Because last I checked, it was never changed.
That's what they want us to think. They do stuff on the back end.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, are we still counting as was it 3/8 or 3/5? That was
3/5. But I think like I don't even know because I haven't looked at the statutes and all that, so I don't want to misquote.
Last I read, it was still
on it.
3/5. Now it may not have been the actual. So do you know?
I know. I don't know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
you
so
got a couple of
Yeah.
comments on that.
I don't know
I
that.
can't see any. I can't see anything. It's
Shit, I
not.
could tell you on
My
some.
bad. Y'all not showing me. So can you
Taxi
read the
shit.
comments?
Yeah.
No comments.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you say yeah? What?
Miguel Sampson said Obama got elected to confuse the black people. His legacy is the empowerment of something populist.
You know what? Is that, you think that's true though?
Of the what?
Empowerment of the LGBT.
Because everybody that's a
Oh,
president, is,
yeah.
everybody's a
That-
president is
That's
technically.
that's true.
So, at me being in finance and on a banking standpoint, the branch manager is the president, but he has other bosses. But he has to represent that branch and
Same
make
thing
sure
with
that
America.
branch.
The
That's
president
what I'm
is
saying.
they
That's
have
why.
bosses.
That's how I look at it. Because I think money. When I think of certain things, I have to take it to finance.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it. Obama ain't nothing but a branch manager, but he's trying to get business to bring it back to the bank. But at the end of the day, he still got VPs to approve the joint, which is Congress. And Congress got the higher up, which is the bankers, so to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I
Which-
look at it.
U.S. government, which he
Which-
did do the bailout for the bankers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
too
like,
big to fail. So
yeah,
like,
so it's
yo,
like, that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Any other
I kind of like what he said. Like,
some other comments in there, but his legacy is what he did for the LGBT, yo.
I mean, that's because they put that bread up. Son.
Man, so
But
did
but
we.
you know what?
We
The
put
bread-
that back in there, that bread. But
well, no,
We
I'm
really
tell you-
didn't,
No,
though.
we didn't. Want to know why? Because I had that bailout and I was happy because that's how I moved to Maryland in the first place. So I ain't gonna hold you. But they said they spent so much money on that bailout that they thought it was gonna help the economy.
Stimulus.
Everybody pocketed the money and they didn't put it back into the economy,
At
so they
all.
lost money. They lost millions, probably
The-
billions of
the thought
dollars.
was a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
The
So
thought was a good idea. What else we got?
I mean, who is George Soros?
You said who is?
GMF. George Soros put that bread up. I don't know George Soros, but he said he put that bread up. You talking about for the Obama? You talking about for the Obama campaign? Though, like, going back to what Miguel said, though. I mean, the LGBT thing is his legacy, but I mean, going back to how we voted for him, we came out in group numbers because we had all the people that we follow, like, I mean, that in the urban community, in the black community, we had the entertainers, and he had the entertainers, and they still talk about Obama to this day. And it's like, yeah, Obama was such a smooth character, like, you know, but he slipped. Like, he did a lot.
Smooth criminal boy.
Yeah, he did a lot of things
He's
that
smart.
didn't vote in our favor. You know, and
Just
a
like
lot of
Bill
things that
Clinton.
voted in other favor. So it's like I have a lot of beef with what that man did in office, but I also have a lot of, you know what I mean, things that, you know what I mean, he did do good. But back on the vote, I know that's kind of off point. What we looking at the time?
Yo, Bill Clinton did the same thing.
I don't know why. I still
They
don't know why.
accepted
I
him
still
because he
don't.
could play the saxophone, but
I still don't know
I'll
why
say.
people say that Bill Clinton was the first black
Nah,
president. It don't make
he
no
wasn't.
sense
It
to me.
wasn't though.
you know how
Like,
much he didn't do for us?
Oh, I mean, you know what he did
Yeah,
do
he
to
put
us.
us. He put us in a position that could have been like, yo,
Saying, no, he eradicated the black
Bill
population.
suck,
But-
yo.
But
That's
thank
another
y'all for
topic.
tuning into #Factuals, the one stop for information and entertainment. We call that infotainment in the finest of fuckery. We're gonna get into that next topic.
all right. Topic number 2 is a toxic mother has more influence on a child than an absent father. Do you agree or disagree?
Let's have that first.
Listen, I had both of my parents, so I don't know.
What are your thoughts on
Yo.
it? Damn, son.
I don't know.
The fuck?
Yo,
That nigga
you know
said,
what?
Fuck you. I have my.
You know what?
Damn, son.
Yo, I'll start. I'll let you do
Go ahead,
it. Yo,
go ahead, oh.
I can start this one off because I can't say I came from a toxic household because my mom's, not to put her business out there, she was doing her thing. So my pops is in the service.
Mhm.
And when we was in Germany, you know what I'm saying, we moved back to Brooklyn because she didn't want to be moving around all that shit no more. So that's the separation right there. That's the normal black household separation of parents. So, you know, she meet this other dude that's when it got toxic because he was doing drugs, whatever. I witnessed him do some shit. I put a knife on him. I did everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only like 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? So the toxic part was the fact that she left a perfect situation and went back to New York. And it's like, you put me in a position, I'm a child. You know what I'm saying? It's toxic to see that now I'm in a position where like I'm in a whole level of like how things will go with women or whatever the case may be. But with my pops not being there, he had a solid situation for me. And it's like now it's not there.
So, but would you deem that as her being toxic or the situation itself being toxic?
I think
Because
both.
it seems like when did she move back to New York? Well, I don't want to delve deep into that
No,
situation because that's more personal. But like, did she move back to New York more for the family, like I mean, or was it just
Personal. She a woman, son. Like I chalk it up to that, man. I understand women. She a woman.
Yeah.
Moms, I love her to death. She a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like,
it's toxic on both sides at that point. You can go either way. And I guess my question is, what do you consider toxic?
I guess
so
because I know he's gonna keep going further and further off topic.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna be on topic.
He's gonna keep digging.
I got a response to make myself.
No, he's not gonna let them, so let me just jump in there so we can move this along a little bit. Just speaking from the group home situation, working in a group home and working with kids with individuals that I know, having a toxic parent, period. Doesn't matter if it's a toxic mom, toxic dad, absent mother, absent father. Having somebody with that negative energy daily in a person's life with the absent father, of course that's going to be impactful to that child. Why? Because nobody, that other person isn't there to possibly make the balance
it out, right?
to save the individual. So that's going to be hell regardless. Now, if you have let's flip the tables. If you have a mother who is nurturing,
where you at, man?
Involved, encouraging, and an absent father, it's not really gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? But if you have that individual, like, yo, especially if the child knows the father. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yo, you got me here dealing with her. She's the devil. You know what I'm saying? This is the energy that I'm getting. So yes, that's how I looked at the question. I'm like, that's bad. Period. You know what I'm saying? Right. Having a negative energy, a toxic. I mean, it could work both ways. It could flip. It could also be the push for that person too. The push for that child.
Well, put it like this. Put it like this. Me, in my instance, I come from a single parent home, so it was just my mom. My father left when I was about 2, maybe 3. So basically, I will see him here and there, spots here and there when I go visit my grandmother. Time to time, our conversation was shorter than a quickie. You know what I mean? So, basically, and all through my life, I ain't really seen him, and I'm actually closer with him now that I'm married and older than I ever been in my life. But at the same time, we're still not close. You see what I'm saying? But the fact that's toxic about it, I look at it is because that may have been a good thing that he wasn't there, because I look at the person that he is now. He did do a lot of great things while he was there, because he was with my mom when she already had 3 kids, well, 2, about to have a 3rd, and then still had 3 more kids.
Real quick, just one question: was your mother toxic?
No. Well, I mean, it depends. I can't listen. I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna make it quick. So wasn't toxic to me. Some of my sisters may deem it another way. You see what I'm saying? Because of my relationship with my mom, it wasn't the same. My mother wasn't a toxic parent. She always did the best she could for all of us. You see what I'm saying? But to my father, so those are things that he done. But the type of person that he was, and he still is like, yo, Papa was a Rolling Stone type of shit. Like, if you talk to the nigga now, he the coolest motherfucker in the world, but he wants to talk about nothing but strippers, strip clubs, and bitches. So it's like, yo, hot damn. It's like, yo, you know what? I was like, yo, we could kick it, my nigga, but at the same time, it's like, yo, damn, I'm glad that you probably wasn't around, because what type of situation would I be in? How would I be thinking?
But do we know his story?
Nope.
Do y'all know it? No. Do I know it? Yeah. So
the only reason why I say that because you make a reference to what may have been while he was there.
Mhm.
But the only reason I'm saying is, do we know his story? Do we know what? Because we don't know what he went through. To whereas right now he may be looking at, yo, I can enjoy life right now.
we don't.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I asked.
But put it like this:
to play devil's
but
advocate.
any female he's been with, it's been the same situation. Even with the females that he deal with now, most of them are in a situation somewhere else already too. So it's the same.
And
It's all around the world the same.
It's crazy that you say that because then I have another question. For me, it would be like, yo, what got him to that point? You know what I'm saying? Because there's always an underlining issue to the story. Why somebody,
or it could just be that the motherfucker just may want to do his thing.
It's not always necessarily better just because somebody sticks around and somebody chooses to leave.
But
you know.
Go ahead.
My bad.
No, you go.
Just having a different perspective on that, where I know, you know, like for a fact that a decision was made where my mom walked out of my life at 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And not understanding that at the time, you grow up bitter, angry, and shit. But then you grow up and you get to understand, and you ask the questions that, you know, probably troubled you all your life, and you understand, yo, that probably was the best decision that she could have ever made for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I ain't understand it at the time, understanding it now. So you never know. Whereas had she not made that decision, I probably come up in a whole different way, and I'm a whole different person.
And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel about.
That's definitely a fact.
That's what I was getting at the situation with my father. Like, I feel as though with my father, not to cut you off, I feel as though him leaving or not being there, or I mean, him not being like in the household was probably the best thing, but he could have still been around in some shape or form. Me as a person, like me as a man myself, I can never abandon my kid and not be around in their life. Period. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, you say that, but you don't know. Life gets real, bro. Life
gets real, but I know me personally, there's nothing that's keeping me away from mine.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I'm not saying that. I'm not. Listen, I'm just telling you, life gets real.
So wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
The question that was asked, how do you depict toxic for a mother? Like, I mean, like toxic, how she grew up and how she was raised. Like, she could have been raped, molested, all these factors, and she's bringing it to her kids, and based off what she learned, she's bringing it to her kids.
That's what she.
Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like versus not having a father, based off you don't know what he went through. Like he could have went through situations and everything, and they meet each other. The next thing you know, this clashes.
Yeah,
and they separate, and it affects the child. So it's like it's a whole different amount of topics.
So them separating is not the issue because like everybody don't work out. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not the relationship between the mother and the father. It's the relationship between the mother and the child and the father and the child. You know that can become toxic or be toxic. I define toxic as any type of behavior or things that influences your child in a negative way that will have them growing and repeat in that cycle. So no matter what you've been through as a child or as an adult, basically your job as a parent is not to have them go through those things or repeat those same things because you should know better.
Well, no.
But I mean, not everybody does.
I feel you to an extent. I'm with you to an extent. But if your background is different from, you got to remember, when you come from, that's like, for my son, I'm using my son as an example. I don't know how the hell I was as a child, but my pops can come up like, you did the same thing. And I'm like, word? Like, it's all how you was raised, and you bring that into the present. So you really you know right from wrong, but you really don't know because you went through this shit, and it's like now I'm bringing it here, and you thinking it's right when it's really wrong.
Yeah, so
not to switch it, but that's what I'm saying.
I hustled from 8 to 33, possibly 30, 33. I mean, and for me, like. I talk about that a lot, and because I learned it from outside influence. I didn't have my brother was my main influence, but when he wasn't around, a lot of times I'm getting influence from, people that I knew, older people, because they're like, "Yo, come here," like they wing me, whatever. So it's like that's the other influence. So it's more so. So it's more so like, yo, if you want to make a comment, you should be here, Knocker.
You can share some.
Yeah, we can share some. We're gonna get to that in a second. But my whole thing is like, yo, no matter what my upbringing was, like, if you talk to my nephews, I never put that on them. I would never put that on my daughter. And I've seen a lot of different things from that. So my thing is like, I know what this takes you. I don't want y'all going there. Now, if they happen to do that and they're doing that, I can't tell them that they shouldn't. I can't take them away from doing that. But what I can show them is now, since you are doing this, let me show you how to do this the right way. So that way you're not going to end up here. And then let me show you the purpose behind it. That way you know how to get out of there. You know, and at the point that you do that, you know what I mean, you're in a different space. So these are things that I deem as either being toxic or then even influential in a different way. Because toxic is going to keep you going in the negative path. And toxic is what toxic. The word is toxic. That's what I mean. Let's just be real.
I just think toxic is the way you handle situations. If you can handle it like, because I've been through shit like that, and it's like you can think you're doing the right thing. Actually, you are doing the right thing, but it can go left anytime. You know what I'm saying? Toxic is toxic. Like you might know the right way to do it, and it's like you learn from it, and now we're grown and we understand what we did was wrong. But that doesn't mean that the old school won't slip up and come out.
Yo, bro,
Right away, you know what I'm saying?
can take it a step further, yo.
But you finish and see what he's saying.
I grew up with my pops, right? Raised me a certain way. You supposed to be this as a man, right?
What y'all think?
I've called my pops out on multiple occasions on facts that, yo, this is shit you raised me on. You don't even stand up to this shit. So, again, it's all a matter of perspective. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, that nigga was there. You know what I'm saying? Everything I know about life, I've gotten from him. So, it's just a matter of perspective, man.
I respect
Let's
that.
get into what Hickson said.
Oh, they going off in the comments.
What did Mississippi? What did Mississippi?
We can't say his name, but let's get into what.
Scroll into Miguel and
Let's get into.
They having a debate online.
yeah, they actually have
Getting into.
Yo, so Jermaine Hickson says, yo, my pops was like Lawrence Fishburne and Boys in the Hood. Around my way, but my biological mom was like Bob Felicia.
Use his name.
Yeah,
That's what it is on here. I didn't say.
But if you know,
Water on that one.
I didn't.
Violation.
So
Violation.
basically, Lorian Moore said, y'all ain't even. So the
Shots
Lorian Moore
fired,
said,
man.
yo.
Damn. Shots fired.
You're really talking to Miguel. He's talking to G. He's talking to somebody else. Toxic parents teach their children Santa is real. Yo, your mom did what she had to do to raise you. That was raised. So I'm not sure if that was that one y'all or one of them in here. Yeah. So they having a conversation amongst them. I know where this is going. All right, already. So while we having this dialogue, you might have to read them shit because that's just gotta be laughing. Yo, so basically, all right, so you got the bottle burner, my G. So yo, we thank y'all for tuning in. Hashtag Factuals, one stop for information and entertainment. We call it infotainment in the finest of fuckery. Yo, we're gonna get into that bottle burner. Dominance is gonna take that over, whether he got something to say or not. But he got his time.
It's something slight, nothing major, but you know, in lieu of the topics tonight, yo, voting is your right. There's cats that actually gave their lives up to get us that right.
Mm-hmm.
Not using that right is, to me, it's fuckery. So get out there and vote. I know the election just passed, but yo, you can't sit and complain and talk about the issues and how things you want to change if you're not actually getting out there and doing something to change them. So get out and vote every opportunity you get.
Or shoot the club up like these crazy white people. No, I'm playing y'all.
We can't incite that.
I'm playing
No,
y'all.
we playing jokes. Ha. But yo, on the real, like yo, listen, we got these here pagan holidays coming up. Whether y'all celebrate these pagan holidays or not, find something to celebrate. We got this here pagan holiday that's called Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving and shit or thank us for taking your shit and then giving you the fucking our ass. But basically, and what they did was they killed and raped and sodomized and all other types of shit. But for some reason in America, we celebrate this shit. It's called Thanksgiving. Y'all know what we're talking about. It's also called Columbus Day. Y'all know what we're talking about. But at the same time, be thankful for something. If y'all know any families that are out there, yo, listen, what we're doing here is we are giving back to these families because we do believe in people being able to have something to celebrate with their families. We do believe in people having things to be thankful for, whether they are down and out, because there's always a way up. There's always an escalator. There's always a ladder. There's always a step. There's always something. There's always a rope. Listen, because you're down don't mean you got to stay there. We believe in giving back to our communities because we all came from something. All came from nothing but made ourselves to something. But at the same time, or because where you are right now don't mean you got to stay there. You always got tomorrow. You always got an hour from now. You always got a minute. It only take that time. Like Magic said, listen, the same time it takes you to make $100, it could be the same time it takes you to make $100,000. Don't sit there, or even $1 million or $100 million. Don't sit there and just dwell on the small things in life. We think about the bigger picture. If y'all know families that are in need, let us know. Listen, we're going to give back. We got family. We got baskets ready. So we're going to get back to the communities. We're going to get back to the families that are in need. Send us to the inbox, www.factuals.com, and then go down there and scroll down to the bottom of the page, and then leave your comments, and then whatever you got to say. Or you can just go to #factuals@gmail.com, and then leave the information of the family information, contact information, whether we contact you or we contact them. Let us know something. All right? Thank y'all for that. Let's get into that next topic.
All right,
Whose bottle burner was it?
It was Des.
Oh.
It's like it's both of ours. We'll just keep it at my crib for now.
Wow, Red.
Yeah.
My grandmama gave me this. Man.
My grandmama gave me this bottle, bro.
Fuck out of here. All right. What are some rights blacks should know when getting pulled over, and would you recommend exercising these rights?
Yo, they need to know when to shut the fuck up.
Yo, listen.
Facts.
Yeah.
Shut
the fuck up.
I mean,
Listen,
you have the right to remain silent. Is the first thing they tell
facts.
you.
Shut the
Fuck
fuck up.
A lot of times,
You let
a
them
lot of
speak,
times
bro.
they don't even read you your damn rights.
Oh no,
Now-
they
now,
facts.
I had an instance that happened about a
Yeah,
month
they
ago, and I
really
was
don't read
talking to
your rights.
Marcy.
Yeah, you
I was
talking
talking to
about that.
Marcy about this shit. I think I told you about it too, but I was talking to Marcy about it. Matter of fact, Marcy hit me up like, "Yo, you good?" He was like, "Yo, nigga," he was like, "Yo, did you do this? You do this? You say this? Why didn't you do this?" Yeah, that's how Marcy is, though. So, so Marcy's always check up, and he gonna make sure you're on your P's and Q's. So basically, I got pulled over by the cops, and they violated they tried to violate every fucking right I have as an individual. They would tell me to get out the car. They wouldn't tell me their names. They wouldn't tell me what I was pulling me over for. They wouldn't tell me why I was sat there for 2 fucking hours.
Bro, that's
2
Brooklyn.
hours. Yeah.
Let me tell you, that's Brooklyn.
I know how that shit go.
A situation with me, my man, and my cousin. We was club. You remember Club Omar? Omar or whatever. It's after my name.
He just trying to say,
it.
he just trying to get his name in this.
It's Club Omar, but it says Omar on it. Back in the day, I got a 93 Pontiac Sunbird. That's how back, you know what I mean? It's my first car.
Mm-hmm.
We pulled up in front just for me to drop them off.
Good.
Cops, the D's roll up on me. They do in the window like this. Tents wasn't popping back then. So they in the car, get out and sit on the bumper. So we sitting on the bumper for no reason. They ramaged the whole car. I mean, pull everything out. I'm like, looking at them now, mind you, I'm like 19, 20. I'm like, what are y'all looking for? Don't worry about it. Have a good night. They're looking for drugs and shit. So at that point, right, and we from the block, so we don't know what to say at that point. I'm just like, let them do their thing so they can leave, so I can go on the spot real quick. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about that is, a lot of times they either count on you saying that, or they count on you not knowing the rights that you do have. That way they can go in there and they got some shit on them. They want to get off. They want to violate. They want to plan that shit. Like, yo, they asked me, "Do you mind if I search your car?" I said no.
Shit, he asked me nothing. They just told me to get out and sit on the bumper.
You're not searching my car. They told me to get out. No, I'm not getting out of my car. I might have got popped. You know what I mean? Yo, get out your car. No. Why am I getting out of my car? Because you have the right to know why you get out. Honestly, if they're not arresting you, you do have the right to ask them, "No, can I leave now?" Because you're not arresting me, so that means I can leave. So without being detained. So you do have the right. Listen, y'all have the right to tell them, listen, if you're not arresting me or I'm not being detained, I can leave. Am I clear to leave now?
When they pull you over, they're supposed to.
We do not own the rights to this conversation.
When they pull you over, they're supposed to announce what it is they're pulling you over for.
Yeah.
Where if they're speeding, it's like clock you going 45 and then 32.
Which is a lot.
If your tail light is out, I'm pulling you over because your right tail light is out.
What's up, baby?
If they don't explain to you why they pulling you over, you have the right to ask them, why are you pulling me over tonight, officer?
Listen, yeah, and that's true. But so the second part of that question, do you recommend that niggas use the rights that are afforded to, or that we're supposed to have? Because of the fact that it's a slippery. I watched online.
How you use them? You can't just say I got.
You know what is? I believe because I never had issues with cops like this, and I wear suits every day. So like my thing is, and this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? When I get pulled over by a cop, first of all, they're gonna like profile you anyway. What you driving? If you driving a Crown Vic or some wild shit with some
you automatic.
You violating?
No, you that's a nigga. DC, I gotta pull my gun out. I might have to. Or I'm gonna smell weed in the car. Like I've never had the issue. Like I drive a nice car. I'm always suited up. You know what I'm saying? So if I even got pulled over, I have tents, so they don't even know if I'm black or white because I drive a nice car. So if I put on the window, like, how you doing? And I'm suited up, I've never had any issues. But if I'm in regular clothes, and I had this happen to me before, if I'm in regular clothes, they're like, oh, where you heading? I'm like, heading here. What's the problem? And since I have a slight clearance, and it goes back to my job.
I was about to say,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a clean background, I have a clearance, all this shit. I might look hood.
I'm not going to lie to you.
But you can't touch me.
I get pulled over now, especially if I'm on the clock, I just show them my badge. And it's like, oh, okay.
You know what I do too? Show my gun license. I pull out my ID, I pull out my Utah joint, and I let them run everything. Because when you run it, it's clean. You can't touch me.
Listen, they ran my shit. They came back and asked me to step out the motherfucking.
You know what? I know that light skin shit.
Nigga, they better pull a dusty nigga over more than light skin motherfuckers. They asked me to step out the motherfucking car, son. I told them niggas.
It's because you're a nigger, Vision. Fucking
hashtag
nigger.
factuals.
House nigga.
Hashtag factuals. But I asked them niggas why. They say, and I asked them why was I being pulled over? Oh, your car. They say your vehicle fits the description. I said, word. I said I was driving down the interstate and I saw that it said Cold Silver. My car is silver. I said, Cold Silver is not a motherfucking silver car. I said, so now.
No, you didn't say that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Gosh, that's why they kept you for 2 hours.
I said, Cold Silver is not a motherfucking car. I said, so now, what? I said, so what is Cold Silver? You tell me what Cold Silver is to you then. And then also tell me why I being pulled over. And why am I being stopped? And why do you want me to get out the motherfucking car? Now, I didn't curse, I don't know, because I didn't want to get shot. You know what I mean? There was one motherfucker on the back passenger side, back window, right there. I'm like, all right, well, I'm being pulled over. I'm asking these questions. They had no answer for me. Yeah, your car fits the description. It's suspicious. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm not getting out my car. They was like, you mind if you, even while I'm in the car, do you mind if I search the car? Yes, I do mind if you search my car. You're not searching my car. I said, okay, you have a warrant to search my car. And once I asked if they had a warrant to search my car, fam, they backed off and they was there and they still having the motherfucking car for, after that point, it was like another hour. Hour. I'm sitting in the car for hours, so I got to the point where I cut the car off. Know what I mean? I'm like, I ain't burning my motherfucking gas. That shit costs. I had to go to work. You see what I'm saying? The next day. So I'm like, I'm hoping I make it to work. I'm hoping I make it back home. You see what I'm saying? I got home cold as a motherfucker. Know what I mean? So then I got a call from Marcy, right before they was about to let me go. He was like asking me, man, sergeant drilling me. I'm like, yo, son, I hear you. So I'm like, yo, let me hit you right back. He'll tell you. Know what I mean? And then when I got done with them, I hit him right back. He's like, you should have recorded that shit, which I should have. I mean, he's right.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I should have recorded that shit. I mean, they wouldn't give me their names. They wouldn't give me their badge numbers. They wouldn't give me the fucking probable cause.
Why are you waiting for them to give it to you?
Fan,
read this shit.
Nigga, I didn't have my glasses. You know I can't see, man. Yo, why you gonna make me feel inferior? I'm on the grill, B.
This happened in New York.
No, this happened fucking down the motherfucking Largo.
Oh, because I'm about to say
when we went that day to go get the motherfucking bottle, that's where that shit happened at, son. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where that shit happened at. I mean, right there in that intersection.
You know what's crazy? It helps to have cops as friends. I know like 5 cops off the
I got
break
cops as friends. I got
right
cops
now.
as brothers. My uncle's a fucking warrior.
but that's in New York though. Like if they get down here as a whole, like I tell people in New York, when y'all cool out here because all the cops are young and they trying to have a job, they want benefits, and they just here for the money. But they might want to be cops, but it's more about the money. But when you get out of New York City, everything is militant. It's like, yo, yes sir, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't say yes sir in New York. They just want to find drugs or guns or whatever it is. Out here, they'll arrest you because you black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's tough.
So my uncle being one of the head niggas for a long time, I should say niggas. I was at this point now. One of the head people was fucking.
He's looking at you right. He's like, are you serious?
Hot damn. My bad. Like, yo, he had.
For me to get through it.
Oh,
really? But him being the one that had people, he always told me, yo, just follow instruction. You know what I mean? Do what they tell you. So what I want to ask you, Moss, is would you recommend that they follow instruction and do?
What the hell are you asking me for?
Or would you tell them? I want to hear your perspective.
Hold over.
Would you recommend that they? Would you recommend that they use their like utilize their rights, or would you recommend that they do what they're told?
People stupid. Period.
This we understand.
So I can't sit up here and say what I would tell somebody because people do dumb shit.
People do dumb shit.
That's a fact.
Well, in the case that you're 100% not in the wrong.
It's not even about
Even,
that.
but
You have to
even
think
if you're
when
not in
a
the
cop
wrong,
gives you a directive, and the directive is within reason,
you're expected to follow.
you're expected to follow that directive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If it don't sound right, don't move. You know what I mean? Don't. It's a lot of. I see a lot of videos out here where, and I'm not saying I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that cops are right. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones, but there are a lot of situations where things are escalated when it doesn't really have to. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of cases where dudes didn't do anything, but get out the car. Why am I getting out the car? Not cursing the cop out.
Exactly.
What's the reason behind me getting out the car? What probable cause do you have for pulling me over?
Mm-hmm.
What probable cause do you have to wanting to search my vehicle? Can't answer those questions. Call your supervisor because it's I'm not moving. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way to go about that. I'm not saying that every cop is gonna respect what you're saying because they get indignant too. They just as nervous when they pull up to a car.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad.
They're nervous.
Do
You think they have a motive?
No,
they
nervous, bro. They're nervous because they don't know which one of us is gonna blow their fucking heads off, and they assume every single one of us.
Finish up, Moss.
I would say, piggyback over. You don't. Well, I'll let you finish.
When it's all said and done, you don't have to get indignant with the officer when they pull you over. It goes back to the old school statement: you catch more bees with honey. You know what I'm saying? And if you come off with that sour, they're gonna be on that same tip. What if their last call? You know what I mean? Somebody almost took their life. You ain't on edge when they pull that next car over. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that it's all cops. So I got good friends that are officers. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I can give a person all the knowledge in the world when it comes down to what to do when they get pulled over, what not to do. But if you in your bag and you're looking at everything that's happened in society, which you have that right. But guess what? What happened with one individual doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen with you. You just need to follow things accordingly. Why be on 1,000? You know how many mobsters who think about the era we grew up in. So think about how many mobsters had cops coming to their house, checking their stuff.
Nigga, that was a money situation.
Listen, but just listen. What if the wife would have dumbed out? What if that mobster would have dumbed out? They got bodied.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like people feel and realize that, like, yo, this is what happens.
But what if they went to the? What if they went to the?
You know the crazy part. This is what I don't like. I'm not even going off the what if situations, the what if scenarios. It's just look. I can't give you any more than what people have been told years over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't have to react when you get pulled over. Mm-hmm. Yo, if they got questions, answer the damn questions. If you don't like it, ask for a supervisor. Don't get indignant.
Yo, so a lot of times, Erykah Badu had a song called "Bag Lady." So I don't give a fuck if a cop had a motherfucking damn near life-threatening situation before they pulled you over. What if you had one too? So it's all a what if. At the same time, they have no right to treat you indifferently because they're trained to do what they're supposedly trained to do what they're supposed to be doing. So if they had a life-threatening situation before you and they approach you afterwards, that's their job. Do your fucking job. Nah, nothing.
Well, no,
do your fucking job. They are human beings too. But at the same time, they gotta realize they're pulling over
the
human
energy that you put off when they pull you over is the energy that you're gonna be met with.
I watch people calm as hell get murked.
No, I see what you mean. Because you remember, if we go back to New York, though,
the energy you put out when they pull you over, bruh, is what you're gonna get back. Like I tell you, right now I get pulled over, I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I got my bag sitting in my lap. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a problem, but if you sitting there anxious, you know what I'm saying? You gripping the wheel, you look like you got some shit going on. They're gonna pick up on that, bro.
Okay, so in the instance where Duke was sitting there with his wife and his kid in the back seat, the cop asked him about if he had any weapons in the car. He said, "Yes, I'm a registered gun holder. I have a gun in my car." He told him this shit. Right. Calm as shit. He got murked. I can answer that. He never won, huh?
I can answer that.
The nigga's doing time.
No, he doing time. He is.
But he still got.
You know what?
That's no, my dude. No, what's wrong?
You don't even have to let the cop know that you have a gun.
No. But what I'm saying is, he was calm. He cooperated with everything.
I watched the video too.
So that's my thing is even with the instance of him cooperating with the cops. There was a few of those that we did see. He cooperated. Or they cooperated.
No, you could tell from the time the cop came to the fucking door, you were shook.
Well, no, this is the thing.
So
look, this is what I'm gonna get at.
What do you do in instances like that? You cooperate?
No,
you keep calm.
You gotta keep calm. Want to know why?
Because the cop is already fucking agitated.
No, you know what? Like, I'm gonna take it to a New York level. Cops in New York, a lot of them come from Suffolk County, all these different counties, and they come to the city. They nervous as fuck because they don't know how to deal with city niggas. We all city dudes. So I don't know how it is down here.
The debate has been on the table. Should police in New York City be from the city?
So when you got a nigga out here, they could be from a whole white neighborhood, but you pulling over a black dude with tinted windows. They mad nervous. So the first thing is like, if he move, I'm gonna shoot him because I know what I see on the internet. I know what I see on YouTube.
So
I know
stigma.
Exactly. So that's back to what he said. They nervous. You can comply all you want sometime, but if that dude is coming from a whole different area,
the situation.
They just looking at you. They looking at you like this another nigga in another car with mad tents. And if I walk up to tents, I can't see him because he ain't white. Number one, he black with tents. I'm gonna pull out on him if he acts stupid. Because I had that happen too. So it is what it is. And I go back to what he says too. Just comply. Like, don't make no noise. Just be like, he had his badge on his lap. He talking about just cooperate. I'm with him too. I'm with both y'all.
And I'm old school. Like, y'all know I've always driven a truck. I don't think I've had a car since 03, 04. So I've had trucks. When I would get pulled over before I got pulled into that Mason life, I roll all my windows down.
I do that shit sometimes.
I roll all my windows down. What up? What up? You know what I'm saying? You can't. I'm not a threat. Both hands on the wheel.
And that's
you know what I'm saying
right there.
Yeah.
Once you demonstrate that, that whole shit goes. I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, it's facts. It's facts.
Listen to somebody gets pulled over on a regular basis.
And it keeps your attention.
That's the way you drive, nigga. That's a different story.
You roll.
That's a different story. Good. Nigga, put on is that how you drive. So listen.
Pull over all the time.
My thing is for that person who obeys everything the cop says, and they're just as calm as fucking, just as cool as fucking Billy D. Williams on the motherfucking Winter Nights.
Code 45.
Code 45. So it's like, listen, and that motherfucker gets murked. When you gonna tell that? When you gonna tell them or tell the family like,
he's wrong and he's in
he should have been cool.
Can I ask a question?
He was wrong.
Ask away.
And this is me. Cops are behind you.
Yeah.
You're now pulled over. Why is the cop asking for your license and registration at that point? Why do you have it
ready?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it in your hand? I'm just giving. Listen,
I'm
trying to.
I always put my shit on the dash.
Listen.
Well, you know, I know why he's asking this though because
understood.
It's their job to.
I already know that.
Yeah, it's their job to ask that.
I already
anyway.
know that. They gotta ask that anyway.
They have to ask that, even if you
So
got
even
it.
if you got it ready, they're gonna ask
Yeah, they
you.
have to ask it. Yeah, it's their
I
job.
understand that, but there's
But
the
it's-
point I'm getting to why you're reaching for it at that point. You
Why is it
already
not
know.
already
You already
ready?
That's a
know.
fact. Yeah.
If the shit is right here, they may say you had a blade in your hand.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that.
Listen,
Nah,
Nigga.
they
he said,
They're not
when
gonna
he
do it.
said
He
from
said
the
this when
time
you
They
get
gotta
pulled
be
over.
super
As
dirty.
soon as you see the lights, I'm
when
like
he
this.
pulled you over,
Like I'm like this
listen,
already.
this
Like I
is
already
something
know.
cats don't already know too. When he pulled you over, he doesn't come straight to the car. He pulls you over. He's got a protocol he got to go through.
Yeah,
I got
he has to
call
ask
in.
you.
He's
Yeah,
running your
touch-
plate.
He's running your
touch
plate.
That's a
the
fact.
back of your car.
That's a fact.
Right. So you
so
have
let me Millie
time.
rock you.
You
Let me
have
Millie rock you.
As
time.
soon as I see the lights, I'm like
That
this.
makes
I'm out.
basically.
There you
Son,
go.
let me Millie rock. You know what I mean? I keep my wallet and my shit right here, so that way if they pull me over, I got the shit. I ain't got to reach in my pockets first off.
It's not even about
Nah.
that.
Hold on. So my shit is out before they get to my car. My shit is always out before they get in my car. And you know, in New York, the registration is ready in the motherfucking window.
That's facts.
The battery about to die, so he don't.
Oh
get
shit.
So listen, we'll continue this shit. We're gonna end the day.
Yo,
The
that
hashtag
ass, yo.
factual. The one-stop information,
shit.
entertainment, information, infotainment, and
I
the
was
finest
like,
of
the
fucking
time,
yo,
like
whatever
the
the fuck we
time.
do.
Talk about this shit
Nah,
all
man,
day
listen.
long, son. Like
Yo, tune in to like hashtag factuals on Gmail, hashtag factuals at
Tune
gmail.com.
in to hashtag Factuals on Gmail.
Yeah,
Really? Really?
tune
How
in.
many drinks did you have, bro?
I'm about 4. But I was thinking early.
Who's tuning in on Gmail? Holla at me.
Yo, listen,
Put me up on that. Put me up on
Yo,
that.
email us on Gmail. Tune
what the
in
fuck?
at on fucking Facebook at hashtag factuals. You see what I'm saying? Tune in on IG at hashtag underscore factuals. Thursday nights, 9:20. Yo, the outro is nice. You love it. We love y'all. Thanks for fucking with us. We love y'all. Easy. But yo, we gonna fuck with y'all still live. That means we gonna fuck with y'all still.